XAUUSD. Now on the XAUUSD, we have been profitable anyways on this one. We had the buy position since the beginning of the week, and in fact we had a couple of more added along the line as we saw price continue to find higher highs. Now remember, the first buy position we had was around the 1927.50. We added one more here at the breakout of the 1930. We added one more at the breakout of the 1934 before this bearish momentum began during the New York session yesterday. And for those who have been part of this profitable journey, well done to you for being on standby to capitalize on that move. Now, if you are with us during our live session yesterday, we talked about how this ascending trend line will be serving as a key parameter in determining our trading decisions for this week. And of course, you know how we use our ascending trend line in this community. Whenever price remains above the ascending trend line, we feel comfortable in our buy positions, while we also look out for more buying opportunities. And during our live session yesterday, we talked about the potential breakdown of this trend line, that if breakdown retest happens, we want to be getting ready to sell. And look at what happened here during the later part of the New York session. We saw the breakdown of the ascending trend line. Price came back to retest the trend line, as you will see. Then price went on to break down the $1,930.50 level, a level which we identified yesterday as an area where we want to be having our sell stop to capitalize on the bearish move. And in fact, we saw price move about 28 pips to about 30 pips before this bullish momentum came in. And of course, if you had moved your stop losses accordingly, you will be taking out at the worst case scenario break even on this one. So at this point in time, I really do not have any trade running on the XAUUSD. And how are we intending to capitalize on potential opportunities today? Now let's run through the 4 hours time frame. Let's see what's going on there. Then we come back to see how we want to capitalize on a uptrend move. Now on the 4 hours time frame, we acknowledge here that at the beginning of the week that price has been finding lower highs in this market since July. And to emphasize this, we have a descending trend line identified here. But one interesting thing happened here in the last 3 weeks now, I guess. We can see that despite the lower highs in this market, price is yet to find a lower low to confirm the strength of the sellers. Instead, what we have here is a higher low. As you will see, the lowest point we had here is 1885 zone, and the next one close to that area is the 1900 area, giving us signs that buyers are likely going to be breaking out of that descending trend line this week. And of course, that was what happened. We saw the breakout of structure. We of course took advantage of it as we rode that move all the way up before that bearish momentum began. Now, with the scenario we have right now, we have a breakout of the descending trend line happening for the first time in the last couple of months, as you will see here. Now, will price remain above this level to continue the uptrend continuation? So that's the question we want to be asking today. Or is price going to drop back below the trend line to incite a sell-off? Now, let's scale down into the lower time frame to see what is really going on in this market. Now, scaling down into the 1 hour time frame, this is what I was able to spot this morning. Well, the first thing I did here was to acknowledge the bearish momentum since yesterday, and to do that, we connected a series of lower highs, giving us a beautiful descending trend line, as you will see on your screen right now. And whenever we have trend lines like this, especially a descending trend line, we want price to stay below the trend line to feel comfortable in our sell position. But right now, we have been taken out of that sell positions as price action has broken out of that descending trend line, and of course the $1,930.50 area. And for me, this is a good sign that we might likely be seeing a reversal pattern a trend continuation pushing price further to the upside. Now, with the situation we have here, as long as price remains above both the descending trend line and the $1,930.50 level, we shall feel comfortable in a buy position. So at this point in time, I want to be saying something like this. So if you had missed out on the breakout of the $1,930.50 area, then you want to wait and see if the market will come back to retest the structure, and the appearance of buy pressure here will be beautiful enough for us to join an uptrend continuation. And in fact, we have multiple levels here that we can use to maximize the potential of this bullish move. So we have the 1934, we have the 1936, all of which a breakout retest of these levels or zone will be welcoming more buying opportunities in this market. So this is how we are going to be joining a potential uptrend continuation if price continues to find higher highs and higher lows from the structure. However, if selling pressure comes back in and price drops back below the descending trend line, then we want to be positioning ourselves just right below the $1,927.50 level, which I will consider to be a seller's territory, as price will remain below that trend line. And if this happens, we want to be joining that bearish momentum to the downside. And in fact, we also have multiple levels here that we can use to maximize the potential of this bearish move. So we have the $1,927.50. We have the 1,925. This is our key level for this week. And of course, we have the $1,922.50 level. So let's mark all these levels out on our chart, as we will be needing them as a reference point to guide our independent trading decisions. So this is my view here on the XAUUSD today. So you can see how crucial this descending trend line is. In fact, you want to be marking out this trend line, as it's going to be a major parameter in determining if we are going bullish or bearish. And I said here, if price remains above the trend line, we still feel comfortable in a buy position, and of course above the $1,930.50 area. So this is the crucial juncture in this market. Both the descending trend line and that level at the $1,930.50 level, price remain above the structure, we feel comfortable in our buy positions, while we also look out for more buying opportunities. But if price drops below this area, then the potentials of sellers will be increasing. But I will need price to drop further below the $1,927.50 level, break down retest of that structure to confirm the downtrend. But at this point in time, things are looking very bullish, so let's hold on to a bullish bias and look out for more opportunities. But if price goes the other way, then let's get ready and prepare to be part of that move. So that is my view here on the XAUUSD for today. If you have any questions whatsoever as regards to the current setup, feel free to let me know in the comment section.